Okay, Chris. Time to feed these hungry Steam Deck fans. They don't take no nonsense around here. What you got for these people, Chris? Talk. What's up, people? Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your 5 cents work, health and strength is good. You woke up this morning. What's up, Steam Deck fans? Steam Deck Tribe, Steam Deck Nation, Steam Deck Universe, Steam Deck World, Steam Deck Legion, what's good? Steam Deck Mob, what's up? And the Steam Deck Squad. Alright, look, I was looking at an article this morning, earlier today. It was talking about the Black Panther game in Unreal Engine 5. It says let it come up here. It was talking about it's too good to be true. So I was sitting there reading up on it. Then I realized that the Unreal Engine 5.1 is out. And then I started reading into it, and I remember that Sony had bought like 1% of the Unreal Engine 5. So Unreal Engine 5.1 is going to benefit the PlayStation 5. So then I'm sitting here looking at another article talking about the Unreal Engine 5 is going to be good for PC gaming. Says Unreal Engine 5 is a big deal for PC games. So I'm looking into that, and I'm like, okay, let me see what the Unreal Engine 5 has to do with the Steam Deck. And then Gaming on Linux had an article on it. I said, okay, let me tie these articles together and see what I can come up with. But yeah, Unreal Engine 5 is out. The article I was talking about, it says Unreal Engine 5 Black Panther game is too good to be true. Then the other article is Unreal Engine 5 is a big deal for PC gaming. But now with Gaming on Linux now, Unreal Engine 5, Steam Deck, Linux Desktop, AMD's FSR. Oh yeah, you get where I'm going with this. It says here, look, this on Gaming on Linux. It says here, Unreal Engine 5 rolls out plenty of Linux improvements. Epic Games announced that Unreal Engine 5 is now available, and along with all the usual big new features, they continue to improve their Linux support in the release. You can see the official release post here, release notes here. After quietly making the Linux editor for Unreal Engine properly official, it's nice to see them continue to make developing games on and for Linux better. In their process email, they mention, however, half of all announced next-gen games are being created with Unreal Engine, which is quite a few. So that means the Steam Deck is going to benefit from this. Going over to the catalog, here's what's new and changed for Linux in Unreal Engine 5.1. It said Clan 13 support. Clan 13 is now the required version when compiling Clan-based platforms such as Linux. And then it says Linux IDE workflow improvements. In Unreal Engine 5.1, we improved support for VS Code as a default option for IDES in Linux. Error handling messaging is also present when you have multiple IDEs and the code accessor fails to find the correct one. Then it says new/fix, improved process for exporting to Raspberry Pi 4, adding a new vendor ID for Broadcom, split ASTC and ETC2 support into 2 separate texture formats for Vulkan, as ASTC may not be supported. Then it says USD, add support for the USD MTLX plugin on Windows and Linux that use the USD MTLX plugin includes with USD adds a file format plugin for reading material X document and translating them into USD shading networks. USD adds support for USD ABC plugins on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Added so dylib as file considered as library files to help reduce relinking on Mac and Linux. Says implemented a quick workaround to allow mun maps to happen with mutex unlock. Currently, we can't define Unreal Engine underscore allow underscore OS memory lock free on Linux as we will deadlock with OS AI locator cache lock. That's a lot. It says here mutex lock mun maps call on Linux can take quite a bit of time, few ms in some cases. This should allow these to happen without the mutex and remove some hitchings. Then it says updated Mac and Linux to use libcurl 7.83.1, enable experimental Unreal Code DDC on Mac and Linux, add all files under Unreal Build Tools output directory to fix an issue running builds set up on Linux Builder. And support for IS Gamepad attached on Linux. Add support for Linux to search using which, then it says for CLion outside of the default expected location. Linux windows now have a reasonable minimum size and no longer can be scaled down to 1 pixel. Yeah, this Unreal Engine packs a lot. It says Unreal Engine on Linux now locates any standalone writer installation if it is either installed to default location /op reader installation guide or where else that is on the path. Fix an issue where global shaders would get cooked for Linux servers platform if it's had any targeted RHILS enable. Yeah, this Unreal Engine, man, packs a punch, man. This thing, the Steam Deck is gonna benefit from this, from all these updates, a whole lot. And you will see it you will see it in the gameplay. Say Chromium and embedded framework CEF library that powers the web browser widget has been updated to use Chromium Ozone rendering backend under Linux. As a result, the web browser widget now renders correctly in Linux environment that lacks an X11 server, such as desktop running Wayland without XWayland, compatibility layer, and headless environments such as containers. Fix missing quotes in generated project files .sh. Fix QMakes project generator defines. Add dump GPU viewer script for Linux and Mac currently required the Chrome browser to view the dump files. Says fix the landscape not updating on changes to water on Mac and Linux. The GPU dump viewer now dumps both .sh and .bat, so a dump can be opened either on Mac, Linux, or Windows. Regardless of the platform the files were dumped from. Platform Linux for live link over and display plugins was white listed in display. Change the minimum driver version for Nanite and Vulkan, and also adds a check for Linux. Yeah, Linux, Mac, Windows, all platform that use Unreal Engine is gonna benefit from this. It says here, but also with your dump files too. With your dump files, be careful what you dump in your dump files if you get the point. Driver deny list support was added to Linux Add driver deny list entry for Vulkan on Windows and Linux. Add support for VBD and block on Mac and Linux in addition to Windows. Fix audio crashing when outputting audio with Blackmagic on Linux. Enable Short Grid plugins for Linux. Switchboard listener. Fix expansion of percentage temp percentage in file destination path on non-Windows platform. This was causing a crash attempting to launch and display device running Linux. And it says, nice to see so many additions and fixes for Linux. Hopefully it will continue to see this kind of attention. They're also doing live stream overview on November the 17th at 7 p.m. UTC. And got a video here, but I'll go to YouTube and look for the link. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5.1 is going to benefit all platforms, whether it's the Xbox, whether it's Windows, whether it's Linux, Mac, whether it's PlayStation, whether it's Xbox, the Steam Deck, even the Switch. You know, Sony had bought 1% of the Unreal Engine when it first came out. So the PlayStation 5 is going to benefit, especially with Spider-Man 2. It's going to come. That's going to come in handy. So yeah, the Unreal Engine, Steam Deck, AMD FSR, Linux desktop. Oh yeah, these updates should come in handy and make your user experience, gaming experience even better. You know, I noticed when they were talking about the Unreal Engine 5, they showed Cyberpunk in a picture shot. So when it comes to graphics and details in video games, the Unreal Engine, you know, it helps a whole lot. So 2023, you're gonna see a lot of improvements. You know, a lot of new tools with 5.1, where it improves lighting effects, shadow effects, you know, buildings, the environment, everything as a whole. You know, you're gonna see it in the games, because you know, video games don't stay. The graphics that you see in 2022, the graphics and detail that you see in 2022 will be much detailed in 2023. So that's where the Unreal Engine comes in. Oh yeah, 2023 is going to bring a lot of there's a lot of games that are coming. You know, Starfield is going to benefit from it. All the games that's using the Unreal Engine right now, they're going to benefit from this. You know, they're going to receive an upscale and go on from there. And the Steam Deck, that's more updates for the Steam Deck, more updates for Linux desktop gaming. And you know, the Steam Deck is doing really good right now. And Valve, they're on it. You know, whatever issues come up with the Steam Deck, they're making sure that users have a good experience on it. You know, whatever the issue is, you know, they'll release a update in the Steam OS up in their latest update, and go on from there. But 2023, I mean, what the Wakanda game that's coming from EA, then they have the Iron Man game that I think the developers of Dead Space is working on it. That's gonna be good too, you know. I hope that they learn from. I'm hoping that they learn from what Crystal Dynamics did with the Avengers. You know, if the Iron Man game that's being made, it has to be better. Your freedom of movement has to be better than what's seen, than what's seen on the Avengers from Crystal Dynamics. Your freedom of movement has to be better. That means you should be moving through the buildings like how Spider-Man does, like how Spider-Man does in Spider-Man on our PS on PlayStation or the Steam Deck. Your freedom of movement got to be better. So the Unreal Engine is gonna come in handy with that. So yeah, 2023, man, there's a lot of games that are coming in the works. Um, the environments will be better. Like I told you before, video games don't stay the same. The first year, is like the first year with a console. You're learning new things. The graphics might be good for that year, but then the next year the graphics go up like this, and then the developer push it up again another year, and then push it again, based on what they find. So, and based on the engine that they're using too, and the latest update that they get. So, yeah. But right now, the Steam Deck doing pretty well. Linux gamers are doing good now. And Epic and Epic game and Epic need to not Epic Games, but Bungie need to stop playing around with Destiny and let it be playable on the Steam Deck, because they're missing out big time. So anyway, but that's it for now. But right now, the Unreal Engine 5.1, Steam Deck, Linux desktop, you guys are good, man. You're getting new updates every day. I mean every week. New updates are coming in, and that should improve a whole lot. But you guys are good right now. But I'm gonna keep you guys posted on whatever new that's coming in the world of Linux gaming and Steam Deck. Anyway, nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek playing. Bored, Dark Side.